It's Dr. Patricia Cardner, and I'm coming to you with a video about why setting realistic goals is not the path to success. Mary Kay Ash once said, "An average person with average talent and ambition and average education can outstrip the most brilliant genius in our society if that person has clear, focused goals." This is a pretty audacious statement, but it's one I happen to agree with. Unfortunately, many people don't live up to their fullest potential because they have not been taught the proper methodology for setting goals. One of the most common misperceptions about goal setting is that there are only a few things you need to know in order to achieve your goals. You've probably heard the acronym SMART being used to help remind you to set goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-limited. While this is a nice start, the acronym doesn't do justice to some of the tremendous complexities that psychologists have discovered are important to the goal-setting process. Let's get into some of that research now so you can see how to become more effective with your goal-setting strategy. Edwin Locke and Gary Latham have worked together for decades to develop a strategy known as goal-setting theory. It's an approach that is so powerful that it's been called the #1 tested management technique for achieving change in the workplace. Locke and Latham co-authored a now famous textbook called A Theory of Goal Setting and Task Performance. They've overseen hundreds of studies that underscore one of the most important points about goals and one that is frequently not adhered to by goal setters, and that point is that goals need to be both challenging and specific. Let me repeat this point because it's so important. Anytime you're seeking an outcome to a performance goal, which is anything that can be measured like making a certain grade, your goal must be challenging and specific. According to Latham, people's omission of this one feature is the #1 reason why most goals fail. Another common goal-setting trap is that a lot of people keep their goals deliberately vague and simply wish for positive outcomes. Setting easy goals also means that you never have to get down on yourself if you fail. Unfortunately, this is not the path to peak performance. Setting mediocre goals that are not particularly challenging and that don't require much effort leads to subpar results. Making your performance goals challenging and specific is the only way around this trap. In addition to these findings, Dr. Jessica Tracy and her colleagues found that setting mediocre goals also fail to promote authentic self-esteem. If you want to feel better about yourself, then you'll need to pursue hard tasks that take you outside of your comfort zone. For this reason, I want to challenge the word realistic as a guideline for your poker or life goals. Some of your best goals may appear to be unrealistic at first, but when broken down, they are probably quite attainable. It's important to keep in mind that challenging and specific performance goals are goals that exceed your capabilities at the present time, and it's important that you clearly define them and write them out. Also, don't forget that tracking progress is an important part of goal achievement. Locke and Latham also found across many studies that measurable goals produce more and better efforts because they encourage accountability. Throughout their writings, they emphasize the fact that those things which cannot be measured cannot be achieved. What this means is that not only must your goals be challenging and specific, they must have some type of yardstick by which you can measure your progress. So here's your challenge if you choose to accept it. Determine a challenging and specific performance goal that you would like to achieve and write it down. Then break it into smaller sub-goals. Be sure to come up with a system for tracking and measuring your progress. Now go about making progress towards your sub-goals, and very soon you'll have achieved your overall performance goal. If you'd like to find out more about setting and achieving all of your most important poker goals, check out my course called Rev Up Your Poker Success over at the website peakpokermindset.com, and you can read more about it in my book, Peak Poker Performance, published by D&B Publishing. Until next time, keep working on that mindset.